There's a witch hunt going on right now. Oh boy, this is fun stuff. I want to ask you if you're getting caught up in this stuff, because this is the planet of insanity. Here's a spiritual butt kick for you. We're going into it. I'm going to talk about the witch hunt going on out there by a lot of people you wouldn't suspect. You ready? Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. You know, people do things for various personal reasons. If you're coming from ego, most of it is wanting something to be a certain way or wanting others to be different. It's a total control thing based on me and my needs. A lot of that is also driven by attention. Me and my importance, and I want to get attention, and a lot of people will do anything to get attention, even if it's bad behavior. Now, I don't watch any news media. In fact, it is so rare that I've actually embarrassingly not known what people were talking about, but quite proud of that, which shows me that I am not in the programming. I'm not out there in that program matrix, let's just say space, where we're playing the game in the lowest density. My mission is to be a change maker, to focus on that which I can create, expand, and that is a very positive place. You can manifest amazing things in that space. I teach people how to do that. I'm going to talk to you today because I want to ask you a question. Are you going into the witch hunt? Are you involved in the witch hunt? Are you listening to the witch hunt? What is it? I have briefly heard this. See, I don't watch any news, no media, and I still hear this stuff. I don't even have any kind of notifications from any social networks at all. I don't know what's going on half the time. If you see me on Instagram or Facebook and I don't respond, it's because I get no notifications. However, you'll notice that my messages are very positive. I want to say very streamlined in that. When you allow anything else negative in, even if you think you're the good guy, the white hats, black hats, I don't even know what that means. I assume there's some kind of split connotation of good and bad, evil connected to some black hats. I happen to like the color black. It has no meaning to me. However, egos will split things. They will point fingers. They will say, we're the good guys, and they will start to point out the things that the other people are doing. That is all low density, all low frequency. It is an old world that has continued on since forever, since we've been here. We will not pull out as a collective until every single person stops the madness. The witch hunt is now, and these are phases that we go through. We've always gone through phases. Pointing fingers at people and making crap up. And a lot of those egos out there, by doing that, by pointing the fingers, get a lot of attention. They might just want to get a lot of views on YouTube. And so they'll do it in whatever way, and they'll say whatever they have to, even if it means, demeaning somebody else or a bold-faced lie. This is no different than the conspiracy theories and all the other things about the fighters for good and the spiritual people. That's still a split, and any split is not the one. It's not love. It's not unconditional. It's not compassion. The subject matter of everything that's going on this planet, I know you're not going to probably like this, is irrelevant. The response is everything. It could be the government, the institutions, our health, and any number of cray-cray crap that comes along the way. And it's not about the subject matter, it's about the response. That's your test. There's always going to be subject matter. And when you get entrenched in it and you start taking sides and making stuff up or even believing some of these things, I'm just shocked at what people actually believe, then you're part of the witch hunt. The witch hunt right now is apparently people getting into some kind of, evil, satanic rituals and all this stuff. And I'm seeing people point fingers at the most unlikely people who probably have no clue that this stuff's even out there about them. And who's saying this stuff? Very uninformed people. And second of all, it's none of their damn business. He without sin casts the first stone. So if you're pointing fingers at anybody, I think it's time for us to pull you out, put you on the stage, and go through everything you do and have done, including your thoughts. And that's exactly what happens in the quantum field. Everything's revealed. Nothing's hidden. Everything you think and do, your actions, you can talk a good line. It's what you think and feel that's going to count. It's your response that counts. Are you coming from compassion and love? Are you listening to the stuff that's made up? You have no facts. And even if, like I said, even if you stood in the room and saw somebody doing some cray-cray ritual, why would you go into a split of pointing fingers? Now, I'm not saying we're going to lay down and allow everybody to do certain things that are nasty, but if somebody uses a power in a negative way, everything they give, they receive. You don't have to worry about their punishment. They're doing it themselves. But your judgment is also on a low frequency if you're going into that space. So be careful. Where's your focus? Now, I gave my students, my Breakthrough Fear students, an assignment. I'll give it to you. And let's see if you can do it. I asked them for 1 week, we coach every week. In 1 week, can you watch 0 media negativity? You can watch your shows, you can watch comedies, you can, watch the cooking channel. You are not allowed to watch, if you choose to participate in this, any news media, any stories at all, any negative media, any social media that's negative of any kind. I asked them to turn all their notifications off, including Twitter and all the other ones out there that are going to send you messages. Now here's what happens. Even if you don't watch those videos, when you see a message come over, it is negative, it creates an imprint in your energy field. They're all imprints. And so you are completely in control of whether you see it or expose yourself to it. You can't undo that. So I talked about the past. You can't undo your past. It has value. It's an energy field that's created. You're meant to learn from it. It's a teaching. Wanting to be different or go away makes absolutely no sense. It's how you respond now and how you think of it that creates the present moment that changes, and thus the future. Thus it heals the past because it's no longer trauma or negative to you. And that is what we must focus on most of all. And we have to do it with one another and see that whatever's happening out there on a low frequency is pain and fear. And we must address it with nothing but compassion and love. We don't participate or approve. We create solutions. If this is happening over here, how do I create a solution so that that person never goes into that space? So somebody who is homeless, or somebody who is unloved, or somebody who has gone through trauma, how do we come to their, let's just say, rescue if they choose it, to accept it, to give our love and change and show them a new, higher way? That's how we change the world. It's not condemning and splitting, pointing fingers, and of course all the garbage out there that's just not true. Do you remember mad cow disease? How about the killer bees coming up from Mexico? Geez, let's go through about 101 of these that never really unfolded into anything. I haven't heard anything about the 5G. Is it a 5G, 6G, whatever it is? Boy, a couple of years ago, all I heard was like how we were all going to be like brain dead. Nobody even talks about it anymore. We go through fads because we are, as human beings, addicted to the contrast of light. We love to explore the darkness. We love to go into scary movies and scream. We go home and turn the lights on and sleep, look under the bed. You know it's not real, but you're frightened anyways because there's something thrilling about it. That's what we're doing. And so we're addicted to watching the accident. Did anybody get killed? Oh, that's horrible. And we talk about it, but we do nothing. How many people have been, I've heard this many times, how many people have been in jeopardy, stabbed, or something going on horrible, and people stand around and do nothing? It's time to do something. Come to the aid of others, not the condemnation of them. Stop judging. You don't know who's doing what, and it is irrelevant. What's relevant what you're doing. We must look at ourselves and say, am I acting and responding in the highest possible way? Am I coming from love and compassion, or am I pointing fingers and telling somebody they should or shouldn't do certain things or think certain things? Everyone has free will to make their own choices. So if you're getting caught up in this sensational thing that's going on out there, and obviously way worse because I don't watch anything on even YouTube or anything else that is remotely related to this stuff, so I can imagine it's really out of control, because I've heard just a couple people mention this, and I thought, here we go. The witch hunt has started. And so it's fascinating, isn't it? And we're going to find meanings in everything. And there's a good chance somebody will say that I'm one too. In fact, I've had a few people make these comments that are so insanely ridiculous. And so I say, I send them love. They're looking for the negative. They're looking for the sensationalism. And so that's a time waster. So one of my students who did shut down the media said he realized there was all this space open and he didn't know what to do. So he went for a walk and he did a few other things. He realized how much time and negative energy, and he drew a picture that was super cool, showing all this negativity and all the subject matters that he was addicted to that were really negative coming in. Of course, no one knows if any of that stuff is true, and if it was, what are you going to do about it anyways? You make your own personal choices about your life. Be the change maker, my friend. You have such a beautiful future, and your present moment is perfect. And your thoughts are yours alone. So if you're going into fear, you want to break through it, it's going to be there. You just don't pay attention to it anymore. It's the screaming baby in the room, all right? So eventually it stops having a little fit, and then you can go attend to it and take care of the dirty diapers. Ugh, I never had kids. But anyways, I hope this was helpful. The witch hunt is made up. It's just another fad and a trend. And as soon as something else more interesting and fascinating shows up, that'll go away, and you'll realize all these people that were being burnt at the stake, so to speak, it's just part of the fun that we have in that darkness. But I don't know about you, but I don't think it's fun. I have way too much fun seeing the difference I can make in somebody's life by telling them that they're powerful and beautiful, and that there aren't any mistakes, that they're not a victim, and that all of us get to go back into the oneness of perfection and unconditional love. And so enjoy this time here. Enjoy knowing what it's like to fear, to feel lost, to feel sadness. We don't get to do that on the other side. You guys, these are free. I teach people how to manifest anything. I empower you. I don't tell you mantras or vision boards. I show you that there's a power right now that you hold right this minute to change anything. I hope you'll subscribe. If you guys ever see this come out, these are free videos. I teach people, I actually am an entrepreneur online in business. I teach people how to create online businesses. Well, let's do good things. No plastic, no crazy stuff. Let's change the world together. Can you focus on that? Of course you can. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you. Namaste.